First of all, I would like to thank Frankly Speaking with Glory, because now she can make this particular conversation, to be a very huge thing. And I really enjoyed this particular space because I got to know about this when she posted about the flyer, and I said to myself, you see, just manga, you don't even need to miss this, because I really want PERE to explain himself and explain what led to certain horrible situations that happened in that particular house. And the one that, Frankly Speaking with Glory started with was the one that happened when Venita ranted for like 7 minutes, like calling this guy horrible names. Yes. And he called him someone that cannot even afford his flight ticket. He is 52 years old man seeking for money here and there. He can, like, guys, it was a whole lot, because Frankly Speaking with Glory refreshed our minds, yes, with that particular clip, so that we can actually get the message. And for PERE to explain himself, when that particular incident happened in the house, PERE was not even in that scenario. Like, he was not in that particular scene. He was downstairs and Venita was upstairs. Venita was ranting when she said what she said. So PERE explained himself. Now, PERE is not 52 years old man. PERE is 38, and PERE told us that he had this production going on, that he invested a huge amount of money there, about 100 and something million naira. Now big money. So to him, like, he wanted to like sell his product, kind of make money, and he will balance and sort himself out. During that time, Big Brother called, according to him, like, he does not even have enough fund, okay? That even made him to contact someone working in multi-choice. And according to him also, he planned for Cross to even feature in this particular project of him, but Cross wasn't around. Like, he said that he called Venita, and Venita, like, according to him, Venita is a friend as at that time. I don't even know about now. So Venita, he explained his situation to Venita and all that. Like, one thing I need to tell people is this: see, someone that you called your friend, you understand, don't use that person's situation to shame that person, shame that person, or make that person to feel horrible, because that the situation of that person wasn't okay. Do not rub it on that person's face. They good, even if not just quarrel. You can have your normal rants here and there. Do not try to make that person to feel bad with such horrible situation. So he explained himself, even when the time that Venita was like projecting him as a pervert. PERE explained the situation, okay? He explained that Big Brother's bathroom is not meant for a specific gender. Anybody can walk in, take their bath. Kindly pay attention to this and listen very well.
The time it happened in the house, you were downstairs, she was upstairs. So I'm sure you did not see any of that. Pick what you need to clear. Start with the age.
I'm not 64 or whatever. I'm 38.
Okay.
I bought my ticket. There was never a time where I said I couldn't buy my ticket. And if for anything, the only thing I did tell Venita at the time was I didn't think that I could be able to undertake the financial responsibilities that would come with going into the house.
Okay.
At that time, for a very long
Congrats.
time. I had that story for like 7 years. So I just decided at that time to produce that thing. It cost me about roughly 140 something million there to do it of my own money.
Wow.
Even though I exhausted a lot, and at that time there was a whole lot of things going on. So, and I didn't want to hold back on production quality or anything like that. So I went all out with it. VENITA apparently was, at the time we were cool. I called her, I said, hey, I have a project to do. I didn't need to call her. There were several other people I could have called. But because of the kind of person I am, I'm a guy who likes to carry his friends along
Yeah.
down the ladder, up the ladder of success. So if I'm progressing, I would like my friends to also be part of that success.
Okay.
Same thing I wanted to have Cross in my film, but at the time, Cross partaking in some political activities outside of Lagos, so he couldn't make it. So I proceeded to bring in another friend of mine, Dotun. In the same vein, I brought Kachi. Kachi has always been a brother. So if you look at the cast of this particular project,
he's so
these are my
loyal.
friends, and this is to demonstrate the kind of person that I am. I like to carry my friends with me up the ladder of success.
Yes.
And it was in that same thing that I reached out to VENITA, who I thought was a friend of mine. And hey, VENITA, this is a project I want to do. Look, this is how much I have. I paid her around $1 million, about $1 million for that particular project to work for about a couple of days.
Yeah.
Which I'm being paid before. I'm just gonna put that up. So when that happened, at that time I had exhausted all my funds, and I know what comes with this whole Big Brother thing. There's a whole lot of financial responsibility you have to undertake, and now as PERE, there's a certain level of expectation.
Yeah.
I can't other people with these responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I even had to speak to someone from MultiChoice. I told him, I said, hey, look, I don't know if I can do this stuff because I've exhausted every single thing that I have. I've exhausted. I'm waiting for right now is to sell this particular project so that I can recoup everything that I put in and more as profit. So at the time, I only had very limited amount of funds. I traveled, I bought my tickets. But the only part where I was very iffy was having to undertake every other thing else that had to do with me being in Big Brother's house. I had to get funds for handlers and so many other things that do with the house. And I was very upfront. I was like, man, I don't, because this is a guy who actually feels he has someone as a friend.
Yes.
I felt like this particular people do tell this particular person something about that. I said, well, I don't have the funds to, in that moment, I don't have the funds to do this whole Big Brother thing. And she said, okay, well, fine. She's like, no, you have to do it. She's going to make some calls, and I have to see if anyone could come in as a sponsor to sponsor me into the house. Yeah, that's where that conversation was. There was never a time I told VENITA that I didn't have money to buy my tickets. I bought my ticket.
Now.
So
Something that is private,
whatever she
you
said
can
there
hold
was a
on
lie.
for your friend. Voila.
I can't even remember any of the thing else she said there. No.
She mentioned
Said I don't have.
So she mentioned you sending your private pictures around, and people drew a narrative from that, calling you a pervert. And then she described you in a way that in the bathroom, in the house, during shower time, that you enjoy flaunting the birth suit around. So the point is, in those things she said, she had described you as an overgrown pervert. That was how she described you.
Well, to set the record straight, I don't send my private parts around. And to also set the record straight, I don't enjoy, or the way she put it, enjoy flaunting my private whatever around in the bathroom. I shower, I face the corner, and I shower, and I leave the shower. It's an open shower.
It is an open shower.
Where anyone
most
of
people
any
can go
sex
there and take their
go
bath
in
now.
at any time
Yes.
to shower. And that's the way that the house rules are like that. It's not, you don't wait for, if a female is in the shower, a male is not expected to wait for that female to finish before the male entered.
Yes.